Welcome back to the SEC Baseball Nerds podcast. My name is Patrick Brown.
And I'm Daniel Helms, and this is where we talk all things SEC baseball and more.
Today, we have an amazing D1 baseball coach for Lipscomb University, Coach Jeff Forehead. I'm going to name you a little bit of his stats. He has over 650 wins, 3 regional appearances, 3 ASUN Conference tournament wins, and back-to-back ASUN Coach of the Year in 2022 and 2023.
Um, I mean, we can talk about anything you want, but we just have some questions to get started here. This is a question that we always think of, like, how did you get into coaching? Like, I'm assuming you like to play back in the day, but how did you get into coaching college baseball?
Well, you're right. I did like to play back in the day, and my dad coached for 40 years himself. He was a high school coach for 40 years, and I just thought that that's what I wanted to get into after I finished playing, and had the opportunity to do that back at my high school where I graduated from for 8 years, and then over at Trevecca Nazarene University for 6 years, which was an NAIA school then. Now they're Division II. And then I've been over here at Lipscomb. This will be my 19th season over here at Lipscomb, which is we got a pretty cool place over here. So hopefully your listeners will recognize it.
Yeah, definitely. Patrick's dad actually went to Lipscomb, so this is like really cool for him.
Well, that's
And for me.
Patrick. That's how you found me. You went back to your dad's school. That's cool.
Yes,
All
sir.
right. When did your dad graduate from Lipscomb?
I think it's '01, I think.
Oh, one. Good gracious, he's young.
He doesn't think that.
Nah, he didn't see me because he didn't even think he was really young.
How did you get the Lipscomb job? Like, why Lipscomb?
Well, like I said, I've been in town, and Lipscomb's is a Christian university, and I was raised in the Church of Christ my whole life. Coming up as a youngster, my mom and dad took me to the Church of Christ, and back when I was hired, that was one of the criteria that you had to have to be the head of a department at Lipscomb, to be a member of the Church of Christ. And fortunately, I was, and I've been fooling them ever since. They keep me on as the coach.
So you have obviously had some great seasons in the past, especially I remember 2 years ago because you were in the Clemson regional, which was really cool to see. And Clemson lost that regional. As a Carolina fan, I love to see that. But what do you do to train your players, and like what do you say to your players to like have all this success and like over 600 wins? Like, how does that just happen?
Well, you guys know that all the players win the games. The coaches, all we do is we just take we get the credit for the losses, and the players get the credit for the wins, right? That's how that goes down, right? But
Yeah.
no, we've been fortunate to have some really good players here. We've had I guess three guys playing the big league since I've been here, and we've had several drafted. But I think it's just like anybody else, just trying to recruit good players and then coach them up, and as far as the development goes, be able to to get them the opportunities to get on the field maybe faster than they would at a Power 5 school. They can come here and get out there, and we've been very fortunate to recruit the junior college market a little bit, and had some really good junior college players, and then obviously a few Division I transfers have come in, and we've just been able to make our mark that way. But this year, I'm really excited. We got a really good freshman class coming in, and I'm hoping I'm excited to see what they're going to be able to do. But I think just the development would be the biggest part of once they get here, just helping them get better each year, and and then it culminated with us making that Clemson regional, and giving them a game there for a while till we gave
Yeah.
up that late homer.
Yeah.
Coach, I've talked to many Division I baseball coaches. I'm curious your outlook on NIL and the transfer portal. They all have different strategies. They all have different ways. What is your ways at Lipscomb to kind of deal with that?
Wow, that's a tough question, man. We could talk on that for 3 hours, and it's none of us at the level where we are nobody's being the martyr, and nobody is crying over the milk that we don't have as far as all the NIL money. because we opened this year with we played last year. We played at Kentucky for 3 games. We opened at home this year with Kentucky. We got West Virginia the next week for 3, and then Villanova for 3, all at home. And then we go to Florida State for the 4th week. So all those teams that have been in Omaha that do have that NIL money, unfortunately we don't have it, but nobody's going to remember that when the games start. So we're going to have to just get ourselves prepared and get ourselves to be able to play the best we can, no matter what the situation is. And then, then the following year when we voted to move the scholarships back up to 34, some of us won't be able to get to that, and we'll be behind the 8 ball again, but we'll have to keep fighting and just keep making our mark the best way we can.
So as you're saying, like, do you play all these like Omaha team, like level teams in the preseason, or not the preseason? What am I talking about? I think probably before conference play, but like Kentucky, Florida State, as you're saying. So when you get like a big win like that, how is that like affecting the program in a positive way?
Well, it always affects it. We were fortunate enough last year that we beat Tennessee toward the end of the season.
I saw
And
that.
we played a good game, and they played a good game. And baseball sometimes is a 50-50 proposition if you're playing it at a high level. And we pitched pretty good. They pitched pretty good, and we got a couple more hits and won the game. But playing Kentucky and Tennessee and Florida State, it just gets you prepared for if you do have that chance to get in that regional at Clemson, you're prepared for that atmosphere. And I think that's why we try to do it. Not to knock our league, because our league is really good as well. But playing those teams and getting in those environments where the crowds are big, it does get you prepared for that regional once you do make it.
Yeah, and beating Tennessee, maybe y'all are the real World Series champions.
You think we're the national champions since we got them on Tuesday?
In my book.
All right.
Coach, we talk about the Tennessee win, making it to the Clemson region. What have been some of your favorite memories coaching at Lipscomb?
Oh wow, there's so many. Most of it is just the players, the relationships you get to build up with them. That's the first thing. And I don't want that to sound cliche to anybody, but that's what it is. I mean, the relationship and just the closeness that we get once we spend so much time together. But in 23, we played. We were able to beat Arkansas. We played them at Little Rock at a pro stadium in Little Rock, Arkansas. We won that game in front of 11,000 people. We got Tennessee this past year. We had a great crowd there. And then we played in the Georgia Regional back in 08. We played in Vanderbilt's Regional in 15, and then in Clemson's Regional in 23. And it's just those crowds and just the memories of we hit some homers against Clemson and took the lead there for a while. And it was when those crowds are really big. When we probably had about 200 people at the game, and the other 7,000 were for Clemson. That was a pretty special moment, even though they came back and got us at the end. But it's those kind of games are really fun. But the championship game in 23 was really, really cool. We played really well. We hit 5 or 6 homers in the game, and just was a really exciting game. All the championship games have been really, really fun, even all the way back to 08 when we went 13 innings, I believe it was, to win the game back then. So, there's a lot of good memories in the wins, but most of that comes from, the relationships you build up with all the players.
Well, I think we have a few more things, but is there anything you would want to maybe ask us?
Yes. Are you ready?
Yep.
You guys are rock stars, man. I didn't realize when Patrick asked me to do this that you guys were 15 years old. I mean, you're moving yourself to a career that might be pretty special someday if you guys stay in this. And I love anybody that's passionate about our game. And I could tell with the request that when you guys asked me to do this, I'm always willing to do that. But at a young age, if you guys got this started, man, I just challenge you and encourage you to keep doing it, because, man, one of these days, who knows, man, you might be knocking off Pat McAfee. You might knock him off of ESPN. How about that?
That'd be so cool.
That's fun. So Patrick, you need to get your dad to bring you to a game, a Lipscomb game.
Yes, sir. I got to go. I got to visit campus a couple years ago. Wasn't baseball season, but I plan to go down there probably next year. I'll try to come around baseball. I can come
You
on.
need to come on. That'd be great. If you pick out a good game and come and call me, I'll leave you and your dad some tickets. He can be the alumni of the day when he comes to the game.
Yes, sir. Awesome.
That's
We
great
go
stuff.
and just visit together and go to the game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need to come with him, Daniel. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
You guys are both you guys in South Carolina?
Oh yeah, so we're right here in Columbia.
So you guys, y'all go to a lot of the South Carolina baseball games?
Yeah, that's how we kind of became a fan. I was been going since I've been like 2 years old or whatever, and so Patrick was like, I was talking to him. He was talking about like MLB one day. He was like, "You should really start watching college baseball. I think it's kind of cooler in some ways." And then we watched it, and we both fell in love with the game.
Man, that is great. Well, I'm trying to think. I don't think we get to towards South Carolina this year or get close to you guys, but no, y'all need to tell Dad make a spring break trip if we're playing at home and y'all come spend the weekend in Nashville. Nashville's got a pretty cool town. Y'all would enjoy it, and then come watch some ball games.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
I always
sir.
wanted to go to Nashville. I'm a big country music fan too. So
Okay, all right. You never know, you might run into Jason Aldean somewhere.
Yep.
That's great.
Um.
You guys already started school?
Yes, sir. We started I think on Friday. So it we just barely started.
So you guys are going into what year of school?
Sophomore.
Sophomore year?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Well, are y'all going to study communications to get into this, or y'all going to try to do some other things?
That's a long line, kind of what I'm doing. I'm also thinking about possibly being an equipment manager for some team.
Yeah, that's fun. That's what I want to do when I retire.
Yes,
I
sir.
want to be the equipment manager. That's fun.
Well, I mean, I definitely want to keep this up. We'll see how long this goes, but this is really fun. So it's always fun, especially talking to you. Like I don't know if you know him. We had a guy named Gary Powers. He was Nevada coach for a really long time. We had him on. That was really fun as well. So it's just always it's fun when these moments happen.
Well, man, you guys are. I mean, I tell you, it's just something you guys got a passion for, and when you reach out and try to fulfill that and ask us guys to jump on your show with you, man, it's an honor for me to be able to do it. I love your passion about it, and y'all keep it up because we need to keep promoting this game. And Patrick was right. College baseball does have a cool twist to it, and I think it's got a little bit more emotion to it at sometimes than maybe the pro game. But anything that goes on in this game that in our game of baseball, I think if you guys can stick with it, man, it'll pay off for you at the end. So y'all keep working hard on it, and if I can do anything to ever help you, you always call me. All right.
All right, thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you a lot. Patrick, tell
All
your
right.
dad hello. Go Bisons.
Go Bisons. Thank you, Coach.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
We appreciate that. I'm Patrick Brown.
I'm Daniel Helms. This is the SEC Baseball Nerds Podcast.